today's topic. We have already discussed about the manufacture of. My photo is not appear. We have already.
No, sir, you are.
Discussed about the manufacture of Swiss cheese. And I have already told you that this is the third prominent cheese of the world, next to cheddar and mozzarella. And we have already know the different aspects of the cheese and the method of manufacture of the cheese and what are the composition when we prepared it from cow milk or buffalo milk. So we have already discussed the method of manufacture of Swiss cheese. So we have already learned the method of manufacture, but we have to also know the things which is essential to know because one of the peculiar characteristics of this cheese is that is eye formation, which is actually take place when we ripen the cheese at different two different conditions. I have already told you that this is the only cheese where we are adopting the two methods of ripening, that is cold that is hot curing, which is generally conducted at 22 degrees centigrade with relative humidity 85%, and we are also go for cold curing just after for 3 and 4 weeks at 10 degrees centigrade. So this is the cheese which only desirable characteristics of one of these cheese also that a eye formation is actually highly desirable from consumer point of view. So we have to know what is the mechanism. What is the mechanism actually take place for the formation of such type of cheese. So you can when we keep the cheese curd at hot curing, that is conducted at 22 degrees centigrade with relative humidity 85%, and for 8 to 6 weeks, we can observe that there is a formation of eyes, and the eyes are formed by the continuous production of CO2, which diffuses out at a weak point, है ना, where there is जहाँ पे weak point है वहाँ पे वो diffuse करता है, and that they have generally in diameter of 1.25 to 2.54 centimeter and are spaced at 2.54 to 7.62 centimeter. So as soon as development of sufficient eyes is complete, the propionic acid bacteria, which is the additional microorganism which is actually added along with the Streptococcus thermophilus or Streptococcus Lactobacillus bulgaricus. So we are actually initiated the fermentation in the presence of propionic acid, and we are actually getting the different decomposed compounds. We have already discussed yesterday that we are getting providing the anaerobic condition, and lactate, calcium lactate is actually used as a substrate for the growth of this type of bacteria. And when this propionic fermentation takes place, we can see that there is a end product, that is propionate, acetate, and water and carbon dioxide. And this carbon dioxide that is actually concentrated, or that is actually formed during the hot curing of the cheese. And when we get the desirable, when there is a weak, जहाँ पे texture weak है वहाँ पे diffuse होकर के the ice formation can take place. I have already told you the diameter of the eye is around 1.25 to 2.54 centimeter, and which is actually spaces at 2.54 to 7.62%. और जैसे ही है, as soon as we are completed the sufficient eye formation in the curd, we are found that that propionic acid fermentation is actually retarded, or retarded why? From why? Because we are just transfer that hot cured cheese to the cold curing, so that when we follow the curing under cold condition, where we are actually maintaining the temperatures 10 degrees centigrade, 8 to 10 degrees centigrade, and for 3 to 4 weeks, then the propionic acid is actually retarded. So the growth of the formation of CO2 formation is actually stopped, and about 130 liters of CO2 is actually produced in 120 to 150 days in 80 kg Swiss cheese, whereas 80 liter of CO2 diffuse out, diffuse out, and 50 liter of it remain in the eye at 85 to 92% relative humidity. So different stages of carbon dioxide production, eye formation are taken place, which actually gives the beauty or special characteristics of this cheese. Isme we can say, first of all, there is a formation of that is the beginning of lactic acid fermentation, and after that there is a formation of CO2 under the propionic acid bacteria, and accumulation of CO2 in the cheese body takes place, and after sometimes oversaturation at the center of the future eye formation in the presence of propionic acid bacteria, and after 30 days, on the onset of eye formation of these centers, different eye formation at different locations takes place. Their distances, spaces have already discussed that generally 2 to 3 centimeter space they are actually forming the eye formation, and the number is increased depending upon the holding period or curing period of the cheese. So generally we are recommending the 6 to 8 weeks for hot curing 6 to 8 weeks, and just after formation of eye formation, then the cheese is actually transferred to the cold curing, and where we are actually maintaining the temperature 10 degrees centigrade, and generally we are keep the curd for cheese for 3 to 4 weeks. So this is the mechanism behind the formation of such type of eye formations. So, and now we have to also discuss because this is the cheese which contributes almost there are so several compounds which actually same also we got in the type and variety of cheese. The most of the flavoring compounds which is actually found in this type of cheese, you may notice that there may be presence of there may be presence of different type of flavoring compounds. Potential flavoring compound also we can get in this cheese, that we can also get in this cheese is that aldehyde, ketones, methyl ketones, fatty acid, lactones, esters, amines, sulfur compounds, phenols, terpenes, alpha dicarbonyl, and related compounds. So these are the flavoring compound. About 12 types of terpenes have been reported in the cheese, and which is also we can get in the Swiss cheese. Here we can see that in the case of because this is a cheese which is actually containing a group of sweet amino acid which comprises glycine, alanine, proline, serine, and threonine. So what is the flavoring compound? Sweet taste of flavoring compound comes from the Swiss cheese. What are the amino acid which is actually responsible for the sweet taste of the Swiss cheese? So you must know that proline is actually responsible for the sweet taste of Swiss cheese. So this is the flavoring compound which provides or contributes sweet taste, which may appear in the most of the ripened variety of cheese, cheddar cheese, or you can say Gouda cheese. So they are lacking in such type of sweet taste in the cheese. But the other flavoring compound, what I have told you, that different type of aldehydes, methyl ketones, fatty acid, lactones, esters, amines, sulfur compounds, phenols and terpenes, 12 type of terpenes, alpha dicarbonyl, related compounds, there is S2 compound. There are so many compounds that are actually present in the milk, present in the cheese. So the flavor of the cheese is actually totally depends upon the type of milk and the method of manufacture we are followed, and also the curing process we are adopting, that is the ripening condition which are actually adopting for the flavor development of the cheese. So these are the things we have to develop, we have to think. And also we have already told you that there are two type of flavoring compounds we can divide in the Swiss cheese also, that is the volatile fatty acid compounds, and another one is that another one is non-volatile compounds. And we can say volatile compounds of cheese, they are generally containing the volatile fatty acid, and also we can say that is the alcohol, methyl ketones, aldehyde, ester, lactones, alkenes, aromatic hydrocarbons, and different sulfur and nitrogen containing compounds. So these all are comes under the volatile compounds. There are also non-flavoring, non-volatile groups is also composed of which are actually responsible for the cheese flavor. That includes peptides, peptones, free fatty acids, amines, organic and inorganic salt and fat. And it is reported that volatile fatty acid in Swiss cheese is around 167 milligram acetic acid, 344 gram propionic acid, 18 milligram butyric acid, and 30 milligram higher fatty acid in just 100 gram of Swiss cheese. After just only after hot curing, or you can say the 120 to 140 days, we can get this concentration of the flavoring compounds. Whereas that value is also gets in the more amount when we keep the hot ripening for another period. So you can got the acetic acid in the range of 290 milligram, propionic acid 360 milligrams, and 38 milligram butyric acid, and 50 milligram higher fatty acid respectively. So these compounds are making the special flavoring characteristics of such type of cheese, particularly Swiss cheese. And the sweet taste that is comes from the Swiss cheese is due to the proline. That is the proline. There are so many sweet amino acids: lysine, alanine, proline, and serine, and threonine. But proline is actually only responsible for the sweet taste of the Swiss cheese. So we have already learned the different type of method of manufacture. We have already learned the mechanism behind the pie formation of the cheese. What are the flavoring compounds of they are actually present in the Swiss cheese, and what are the different concentration of CO2 in the Swiss cheese, and what are the size of the eye and all, what is their distinct space within the cheese. So we have already learned different aspects of this cheese. So now comes into the defects of Swiss cheese. So we can also notice that this is the cheese where we are actually preferring the eye formation. The eye must be present in this type of cheese. But if eye formation in the Gouda cheese, cheddar cheese is present, then we can say that the cheese is actually follow the defect. That defect may be due to the different type of growth of undesirable microorganisms. So here we can see one of the major defect of this cheese is blind. Blind, that means you can say there is no eye formation. So there is no eye formation in the cheese. So what is the reason behind that? The reason behind is that over ripen of the cheese or too acid milk we are actually taking for the manufacture of cheese, which actually not allow the propionic acid bacteria to the desirable level, so that we can get the eye formation during the ripening of the cheese. So too much acidity is actually avoided for the preparation of Swiss cheese. And also at the same time we have to also see the hot curing process. If we are go for beyond the period, then definitely we will lose the eye formation in the cheese. So ripening period, over ripen is actually avoided, so that we can get the desirable eye formation in the cheese. And that is only possible when we are adopting the hot curing at 22 degrees centigrade at relative humidity 85%. If there is any variation in the temperature and humidity, then definitely we can get uneven eye formation in the cheese. So that is actually also not desirable. So we have to keep in mind that the condition of the storage, condition of the wrapping room is so meticulously planned or so meticulously been implemented so that we cannot getting any fluctuation in the temperature or relative humidity, because relative humidity and temperature, which is the actually essential for the proper growth of the propionic acid bacteria. And if propionic acid bacteria is grow, then definitely we can able to make a different in compounds that we have discussed, that acetic acid and we can say carbon dioxide. So these are the compounds which are actually necessary for the specific flavor compound. Then after that we are actually transfer the process for the for the cold curing. So this from this defect can be overcome just after the follow the right method of the manufacturers and ripening conditions, or also the selection of the milk. Another one is that cell, or you can say eye overset. Eye overset cell, that means crinkle nut cell appearance of on eye surface. Nut cell appearance on eye surface, that is actually sorry, small eye and overset. When the diameter, I have already told you that the desirable diameter of the this Swiss cheese is actually 1.25 to 2.54 centimeter, with a space 2.54 to 7.62 centimeter. Here, when small eye overset is when the diameter is less than 0.4%, 0.4% diameter excess in number. So there is a huge gas, there is a small holes in the cheese, which is actually not desirable in the Swiss cheese. So excess gas from generation or inclusion disturbed the disturbed guard. So that is the probable reason which we get in the such type of cheese, that is the Swiss cheese. Another defect is that cell, or you can say crinkle nut cell appearance on eye surface, which is highly undesirable in the case of we can say this cheese. So what is the reason behind that? That the reason is behind that we are actually not follow the proper standardization of the cheese. We have already told you that in the case of Swiss cheese, we are actually adjusting the casein and fat ratio at 0.88, whereas in case of cheddar cheese or Gouda cheese, we are adjusting the casein fat ratio 0.7. But in the case of buffalo milk, definitely we can go for lesser casein fat ratio, that is the 0.65 or 0.68. Here we can say the excess of fat. This is only due to the, because we are not sterilized the milk, so excess fat may be present, and they are actually creating a defect, cell-like defect in the Swiss cheese. Another one is that glass defect, that is actually not that this is noticeable clear cut parallel cracks if excess cheese does not slice properly. So one of the major application of Swiss cheese is that we are actually slicing, we can slice the cheese for the consumption with the bread or roti, chapati. So this cheese is actually, so glass, if there is a glass type defect noticeable, definitely the consumer not prefer such type of cheese, because they are also being used for the slice bread doing for consumption as a slice with the bread or the chapati. So what is the reason behind that? The reason is that we are using the too much fat in the milk, because we are not sterilized the milk. There may be presence of such type of defect. If we are using the high acidity milk, then there is also the chances of such type of glass defects, and poor weight drainage, curd becomes brittle. So poor world, when the poor world weight drainage is not poor world drainage is done, then we can definitely getting the higher moisture content in the curd, and which gets the which makes the cheese curd brittle. So another one, frog mouth. So the name suggests frog mouth. Frog mouth, that is the frog mouth type defects, which is actually also not desirable, highly desirable in the case of Swiss cheese. So rimmed split on the surface to give the appearance an open frog mouth. Open frog mouth structure there we can get in the cheese, which is also not desirable. This is only due to the poorly developed, weak, inelastic ring, carelessness handling of cheese in the pressing, and becomes too cold condition. If this is only when we are not follow the proper method of manufacture, when we are not method of adopting the proper ripening condition for the cheese manufacture. So that may also be appear in the cheese that is highly undesirable for consumer point of view. Another one is that blow hole defects. So blow hole defects, this is actually the name already suggests that there is a huge ice formation where there is a big eye formation. Their diameter, the diameter is generally 5 feet to 5 inch to more in diameter. But I have already suggested you that the size of the desirable size of the Swiss cheese is 1.25 to 2.54 centimeter in diameter. So this is not desirable. So blowhole defect, that is actually due to the presence of large eye formation in the cheese curd, and if extreme, only one large hole in the center of the cheese. So I have already told you that there must be presence of different eye formation at the distance or a space at 2.54 to 7.5 centimeters, or you can say 7.62 centimeter. इतने स्पेस पे होना जरूरी है. Or here we can say, otherwise that is only one large hole in the center of the cheese. So there is no other eye formation in that cheese. So this is also not desirable from the consumer point of view, and also the demand of such type is very poor in the market. So what is the reason behind that? Because there is a poor sanitary condition, which actually there may be some unknown bacteria or microbes which may retard the growth or performance growth of the propionic acid bacteria. So poor hygienic sanitary condition is one of the major reasons of the such type of defect in the Swiss cheese. So it is also maybe appear from cow fat green silage. So in the absence of when we are not getting the fodder in the lean season, then we can actually use the preserved green fodder, which is known as silage. They are actually being given through the cow or milk animals, so to maintain the milk production. So they may also carry some bacteria which may actually hamper the growth of the propionic acid bacteria and the other bacteria that is they are starter culture that is actually used in the cheese manufacture. So this is blowhole defect is also undesirable, and it can be checked only by maintaining the strict hygienic condition in the plant throughout the processing, and also being adopted even in the milk production. And we have also take a considerable attention in the feeding of the cow, particularly the silage and hay. Uneven eye formation distribution. So the uneven eye formation distribution, that is only take place when we are not providing the condition of the hot curing. So if I have already suggested that the temperature of hot curing is 22 degrees centigrade with relative humidity 85%, and that is actually maintained for 6 to 8 weeks to just get the proper concentration of CO2 formation at different locations. And when we are not giving the proper, if there is any fluctuation in the temperature and humidity, then definitely we can get the uneven formation of eye, and Swiss cheese and that is highly indesirable, and that type of cheese is actually not in demand. They are actually poor market value. So this is actually mainly due to the cooled too quickly on one side. This is also, that means there may be only we can also improve such type of avoid such type of condition and even eye formation. Just providing the proper ripening hot curing condition of the cheese, that is 22 degrees centigrade for with the relative humidity 85 to 90 percent. 85 is sufficient, and with 6 to 8 weeks only. So if there is any variation in the temperature and humidity, definitely we can get the uneven eye formation in the Swiss cheese. So another one is that whey spotted. Whey spotted, whey spotted means that is actually appear in the Swiss cheese due to the poor whey drainage, and it becomes waterlogged under rind surface. Rind formation, that is also in the case of cheddar cheese, we can also observe. So we can actually so we can proper follow the proper drainage of the curd for the cheese manufacturer, so that desirable moisture is actually remain present in the cheese curd. So after that we can go for ripening. So desirable whey drainage is actually required. Proper drainage of curd is required, so that the water may not lost and they are ultimately not able to get such type of effects. So these are the things we have to develop. We have to show. And another one is that the flavor and body and texture of this cheese is also being accelerated by the use of exogenous enzymes, and also by storing the cheese at elevated temperature. We will discuss these things in the accelerated ripening of cheese. So we will the body of the Swiss cheese is actually becomes softer and less tough, less elastic due to stabilizing property of the proteolytic enzymes. So there may be some problems when we prepared it from the buffalo milk. So we have already know that only the mozzarella cheese, that is actually preferable for the cheese manufacturer, and feta, domini cheese, quenso blanco, and paneer. That is the only we are generally prefer the mozzarella, prefer the cheese manufacturers. So the buffalo cheese is actually only limited to some very little variety of cheese, but we are actually prepared almost all type of variety of cheese except mozzarella, and you can say Domti cheese, Quenso Blanco, and paneer. Paneer, that is also considered as unripened soft cheese of Indian origin. But here we are actually not use any rennet or starter culture for the manufacture of cheese. So only mozzarella you can say, and feta cheese that is actually made from the sheep and goat milk, exclusively from sheep milk. Later on, the Codex Alimentary Commission has allowed the admixing of 30% of the goat milk with the sheep milk. Then they are actually know the feta cheese. Feta, that is actually they are also prepared the feta cheese. The technology has also been developed for the manufacture of feta cheese from cow milk also by the European Union, but the technology has also been developed for the manufacture of feta cheese from buffalo milk. Work has been carried out at NDRA Karnal, and so this is almost other type of cheese, Gouda, cheddar. You can name any of the cheese. All are actually prepared from the cow milk. So what are the problems we can face when we prepared it from the buffalo milk? So the cheese made from buffalo milk, either you are making Swiss cheese. I have already told you that NDRI has also worked on the development of technology for the manufacture of Swiss cheese at Dairy Technology Division, and they have prepared good quality of Swiss cheese from buffalo milk. And another work has also been carried out at Dairy Science College, Anand, where they are actually use buffalo milk, and also they are using cow and buffalo mixed milk for the preparation of Swiss cheese. They are also making the almost the same characteristics of cheese what we are getting from the cow milk, and we can say so. Generally, we can get the cheese when we prepare from the buffalo milk. Then they are actually flat flavor, hard, rubbery, dry body, and texture observed with manufacturing cheese from buffalo milk. That is the slower development of acidity, faster irritating times. That actually increases the chances of bitterness in the cheese, lower moisture retention in the curd, that is highly undesirable because lower the moisture content, then means the presence of residual curd, residual starter culture and rennet is in a very limited quantity, that is actually not actually sufficient for the proper ripening of the ripened cheese. So this is actually we can. And another one is that when we prepare the cheese from the buffalo milk, then definitely we can get hard, rubbery, and dry body, and that is actually not getting the proper ripening of the cheese, and we are actually lacking in the flavoring compounds when we ripen such type of cheese. Even they may be a spoiled, or maybe you can say that sard jana hai na, that is the also we can find such type of cheese. But technology has been developed for manufacture of this. The technological modification has already been done so that we can overcome such type of defect in the cheese when we prepare from the buffalo milk, that is slower development of acidity. Definitely, this can be overcome by addition of relatively higher concentration of the starter culture in the curd, so that we can maintain the acidity level in such a level that we are actually getting in the common. So addition of higher concentration of the starter culture in the cheese milk, that gives you sufficient for the proper action of the rennet. Another one is that faster reneting times. So it can also be overcome by, because that they are relatively when we add higher concentration of salt, higher concentration of rennet, that is we are recommending higher concentration of rennet in the case of buffalo milk. We can generally adding microbial at the rate of 1.5 gram per 100 liter of milk, whereas in case of cow milk we are just adding 1.25 gram of per 100 liter of the milk. So here we are adding slightly higher concentration of rennet, and we are also providing slightly higher setting time in comparison to the cow milk curd. And we can also slower development of acidity. This can also be achieved because when we add the higher concentration, higher level of starter culture, and at the same time we are also holding the curd for setting the curd for the longer period of time. Generally, in the buffalo milk, we are actually advising that 40 minutes is actually required to get the proper acid development in the cheese, whereas in case of cow milk, we are just giving 30 minutes to get the acidity level, so that the proper action of rennet can be possible. So another one is that lower retention of moisture in the curd. So this is actually very much undesirable when we use the buffalo milk, but this can be overcome. This can be this defect can be
सर ये भर्ती सरा क्लास है.
Okay, but I am just completing. So when we are actually when we giving the slightly higher temperature, then the moisture retention in the curd will be higher. When we adding the higher concentration of starter culture, then definitely we can get the higher moisture retention in the buffalo curd. And at the same time, when we add the higher level of rennet, then definitely we can get the higher moisture retention in the buffalo milk curd. So this way we actually increase the moisture level in the curd, and that level is actually sufficient to get the desirable flavor or flavor development when we keep the curd for the ripening. the temperature or relative humidity is almost same what we applied for the cow milk cheese. So this way we can actually overcome the defect of the, we can actually overcome the problems of the buffalo milk, so that we can also use such type of milk in the manufacture of Swiss cheese also. So we can, I have already told you that the different National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, and a dairy science college, Anand, has already worked on the manufacture of buffalo milk cheese, and they are also accepted in the consumer, among the consumers. So this is the way we have to discuss. And if you have any query, you can ask. Have you any query?
No, sir.
If you have any query, you can ask, and I hope you will complete. You can go through the lectures and whatever material we have sent or you have with e-courses, you can just go through, and I will also discuss the all topics in the class. What you have studied till today, है ना? So any query you can ask. हाँ, किसी को कुछ पूछना है?
No, sir.
No,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
नहीं पूछना है कुछ? आज थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया क्योंकि नेटवर्क का इशू था।